Hi, good day to you and welcome to my channel where I tutor you in science for free. The topic in this video will be carboxylic acids. So this is a class of acids which we call the organic acids because they contain carbon, and the functional group will be the COOH. So briefly mentioned in the earlier video, it's made from oxidation of alcohol. So here are some basic examples. Note that the names are similar: methanoic acid, ethanoic acid, so on and so forth. Ethanoic acid is also commonly known as vinegar, or rather vinegar contains ethanoic acid. So this is a general formula, and as mentioned earlier, it's made from oxidation of alcohol, so it can be oxidized using fermentation. It can also be done using a oxidizing agent, either your potassium dichromate or your potassium manganate. And here are some basic physical properties. And because it is an acid, the chemical properties are very similar to all kinds of acids. Just note that carboxylic acids are also weak acids, which means to say they only ionize and they only dissociate partially, so the reactions can be a little bit slower. Recall in the salts chapter or the metals chapter that the acids can undergo several kinds of reactions like metals, carbonates, bases. The word equation is exactly the same, so just follow your foundations and you should be fine. The salt will look like that, a metal and then an ethanoate. Okay, and a interesting molecule that an carboxylic acid can produce together with an alcohol will be called ester. So esters are named like that. The alcohol part comes first, then the ethanoic acid, then the acid part comes later. So the alcohol will contribute the hydrogen and the acid will contribute the OH group. And these join together to form a water molecule. And the larger portions join together to form your ester. So here is a little table to shed some light on how they are named. The alcohol part is always named first, and the double bond will always belong to the acid part. So esters are used as solvents. They have a sweet smell due to its natural occurrences in plants. That's why it's also used for perfumes and flavorings. And also esters are used to make soap. Fats are kinds of an ester. They are formed by glycerol, which is a molecule with 3 alcohol OH groups. Note the name glycerol, and long chains of fatty acids. That's why the bond over there will be a ester bond. Using a strong base and heat, the chains can be removed. Glycerol will be produced, and the long chain of carboxylic acid, or rather we call it fatty acids in biology, which essentially is the soap. This is how soaps are made as well. This process is known as saponification. And before we move on to the last video on macromolecules, I'm going to cover some extra skill set which I think it's important. So writing overall equations, again, it looks like that. So if you are given 3 equations like this of a certain process, one produce the other, and further used to make something else, you can put it all together. Whatever happens on both sides, you can cancel them and you can get the resultant chemical reaction. Okay, next is also the finding of the empirical formula. Sometimes you are given percentage by mass. You can use the periodic table to help you find the AR, relative atomic mass, and the amount of moles in one molecule. And dividing by the smallest number, you can approximately get the molar ratio, which means to say how many atoms of this element appears in one molecule, and this will be your empirical formula. Empirical formula is the simplest form of a molecule. In math, we like to say it's like finding the common factor and dividing it down to the simplest form. And that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do give it a like and subscribe, and share it with somebody who needs to see this. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye!